My name is Alex. I have an Instagram and YouTube Love Sugar Show. So I
Uh,
want to thank you for taking the time to do this interview.
yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me.
No problem. And definitely make sure to give your girlfriend a raise since she's tech support.
Absolutely.
So the first question that I ask anyone that I ever interview is how's everything going, not just musically, but also in your personal life as well?
Oh, shit. I lost $40 at the casino last night, so that could be doing a little better. But other than that,
Good.
well, I'd say kind of a long week. We filmed a video this week for a track on the record, so it's been kind of a long one. Um, she was actually part of it as well. So
Okay.
yeah, it's been a long week. Everything's been going pretty well though. No complaints at this point of the game. Just kind of you know, dealing with life as it comes. Nothing's
Mhm.
nothing's really easy right now, right?
True.
Everyone's having a hard time. So
So she's tech support and she's in the video too?
yeah, she does a whole lot more. So
She's a keeper.
she is a keeper. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, she does a whole lot. She's great.
Well, awesome. Glad to hear everything's going well.
Yeah, thank you. How about you? Are you well? Everything going well?
Yeah, I mean, it's cooling down. It's been super hot, since the summer, but fall's
Yeah.
coming, so that's always exciting.
Yes, absolutely. I'm ready for some cooler weather around here as well.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and jump right into it.
All right, cool.
The album title, that hits hard, especially if, say, the album title, Do You Feel Safe? What does that mean to you exactly?
Oh, I mean, like, I think that everyone right now is like, I think the whole looking for a safe space is such a hotbed topic right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think everyone talks about that a lot. And I think everyone's looking for such a safe space, but like, does anybody actually feel safe?
That's really deep.
Yeah, I mean, like, I certainly don't feel safe anywhere anymore, especially with everything going on in the world. There's nothing safe in this world. There's nothing safe in this country. There's nothing safe in anyone's world anymore. I don't think that any of us are safe. I don't care as much as anybody wants to think that we're in a safe space. I don't think there's anything safe about anything going on right now at all. So, do you actually feel safe?
It's funny because,
Ask
when
yourself
you're
that question, right? Like, do you feel actually safe, no matter what? As much as someone wants to build these four walls up, or this is a an inclusive, safe space for everyone. Do you actually feel safe? I don't.
no, trust, especially it's funny because when you're a child, you build like a fort or something, and you're like, okay, this is my safe place. And then, you know,
Yeah,
when you
yeah,
get
yeah.
older,
That childlike wonderment's gone now.
yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't even know how safe children feel anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I think that sense of security is gone completely. And I think that, like, I don't know how it is to be a kid. It's been a long time since I've been a kid. I'm 42, so it's been quite some time since I've felt any sort of ignorance, if you will, towards the world in general. But yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
like I said, I don't feel like anybody should feel safe anymore. I don't think there's anything safe about it. I don't think there's anything to feel hopeful about. I don't think there's anything to really feel that anything's gonna be okay. I've lost my faith in all of that. So that's kind of where it really came from. Do you actually feel safe? I don't. I don't think you should either.
So it's like from a place of personal emotion, experience.
Yeah, and just kind of like wanting I think the listener to question everything around it, like do you
Hmm.
like how about instead of like let's like stop like faking that there's a safe space for anybody because like none of like the more that we sit here and think that like we're building these safe spaces for everybody to feel everyone thinks okay, nothing's okay. Stop acting like it
Hmm.
not. And it's not going to be as long as we sit here and, kind of like pull wool over our eyes and think that it's going to be, like I think
Hmm.
things need to change actually, and I think that everyone needs to recognize that there's nothing safe and no one is going to be okay unless we recognize that nothing's going to change as long as as long as we're literally complacent and think that things are safe. There's no safe spaces. There's nothing that's going to protect you out there. You know,
Right.
I think that there's like a looming revolution that needs to happen in the world. Not just like, I know everyone's immediately going to like politically, but yes, obviously, but like overall, like
Hmm.
not just solely political, but yes, obviously political.
So as far as the tracks on the album, I mean, I've listened to it already. I really liked it, honestly. I'm seeing that the more bands I listen to, my taste is getting more harder. So I'm just like, oh, it's very different. Like when I listen to this album, it's like you can feel that emotion. Is that what you were aiming for during creation?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm not sure how familiar you are with my other band, the Atlas Moth, but it's obviously that's always been a kind of a thing. We've always kind of come from like a very I've always personally come as like a lyricist from a very like emotional place or like at least from
Mm-hmm.
the heart, you know. I've never tried to like fake it or like tell a story necessarily. It's always been a very like personal or at least trying to like I like to write like ambiguously enough where the listener can get whatever they want out of it, you know, because
Mm-hmm.
like I don't want I know that like I've written stuff that like you would like you know letting the listener get what they want out of it, really. You know, like you don't need to know what I'm writing about, but like listen to the words, read the lyrics and take what you want out of it because that's like really what's most important to me, you know. Um but yeah, like I think that like coming, you know, from a personal space is always the best way to do it because music has been there for me. You know, it's
Yeah.
all it's saved my life over and over the years. It still does, you know. So like I think it's important, you know, for sure. And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I mean like I mean like I've had enough go on and like from the last Atlas Moth record was like 2018, right? So like this is like literally like kind of like a snapshot of like since then. So
Mm-hmm.
it's been a pretty tumultuous time in the world and obviously personally, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So
Been a crazy
like
ride.
yeah, it's I've gotten pissed, real pissed. So yeah, it's like it's definitely and it came out this band naturally just came out very, very aggressive, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I'm
And
not
that's
sure. Did
something
I
I
get to the
love.
question? Did I get away from the question? I'm not sure if I did or not. But
Oh no, you're fine.
all right.
So in the album, I know you're talking about real life issues, and I think it's really important to discuss those. And for those who haven't listened to the album, is there like a happy ending at the end of it, or any hope at all, or is it just like no, you're pretty much just screwed? So.
Well, I mean, like, I guess, like, there's like definitely like I think I kind of grew up like thinking like I come from like a varied background, right? As far as like music, like I've always listened to kind of like I hate it when people say I listen to everything, which is like
Yeah.
code word to like I listen to pop music, you know, like and I don't listen to everything. I literally listen to like every kind of music besides like pop country and EDM, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so like with that being said, right, like a lot of stuff I grew up with, I think I always gravitated towards like very depressing music, like really
Yeah.
sad music, and a lot of like kind of like hopeful or like rebellious kind of like punk or like hardcore or like 60s kind of psychedelic. You know, like that
Mm-hmm.
was like kind of like, against the man kind of thing, you know, and even hip hop too. A lot of that was like, the early Public Enemy and stuff like that was really big for me growing up, you know.
Yeah.
So like, of course there's gotta be hope, right? And it does kind of end on like I'm gonna fight, I'm gonna keep going on, right? You know, because like that's the other thing too, is that like as much as there's like such a there's a despair of the record, there's gotta be a like I mean, the sun's gonna come up tomorrow. I gotta,
Yeah.
you gotta kind of keep moving on. You gotta keep pushing forward, right? You know, like you gotta move on with life. And you either there's like a saying that like when people go to prison, right? It's either like, you can do the
Mm-hmm.
time or or you can do the time, or you can let the time do you, or you can do the time. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so like you either can go to prison and you do the time, you let the time do you. So you do the time, and you can
Yeah.
make that, they make the best of that, and that's kind of how I look at life. It's like prison, right? It's like I can let life do me, or I can do life. So I always choose to kind of do life. And yeah, and even in my darkest hours, I feel like I always can look back and kind of like, I always pick myself up and I always brush myself off. So I guess I kind of, as much as like I say I've lost my confidence in man, I have, and I
Right.
stand by that. I sure fucking have, but that's not gonna stop losing my confidence in myself.
Right.
So I think there's something to be taken away from that. I hope that comes across.
It definitely does. And, you know, like you're kind of saying, like, you know, you can't really control what other people do, but you can control yourself.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. Yeah, you gotta pick yourself up. You
yeah,
know, nothing's written until you write it yourself. So
for sure.
yeah.
So, taking all these emotions and the personal experience, how did that help you write this album and also arrange everything in the 8 tracks, like as a whole band?
So like this record, the whole thing was so the band is comprised of four dudes, right? Me and Alex, our bass player. We both have been in the Atlas Moth for 18 years or something like that. And
Oh,
then
wow.
yeah, and then Gary, who plays drums, and Anthony, who is the guitar player, and he does backup vocals. They're both in Without Waves, who've been around for at least 10 years. I'm not exactly sure, but
Mm-hmm.
both of those bands are very like progressive, and they're
Mm-hmm.
very like, it takes a lot. Like Alice Monk is working on a record too, but like that's like going to be like 10 years in the making when it comes out. It was like 5 years in between, like the record, the last record we put on the record before that. Those records are just like really drawn out and really thought out. Like Atlas Moth rewrote our last record over and over and over, and it took a lot of work to put together. The whole idea of this record was, I kept saying it like this, was Lemmy was in Hawkwind, which was a progressive band. They're like prog psychedelic band, which is what
Mm-hmm.
Atlas Moth was, and I wanted this to be Motorhead. Like when he
Right.
he I didn't get kicked out of Atlas Moth. Atlas Moth's still a band, but um he got kicked out of Hawkwind, and this was gonna be my Motorhead. So it was gonna be like literally straightforward. We're gonna walk into the damn room and we're gonna just like go for it, and it was going to be fast, and it was going to be aggressive, and it was just going to be as like punk rock as possible. So
Right.
like there wasn't, I don't want to, this sounds like we didn't try, but like we didn't want to overthink it. We didn't want to, we wanted to have it be as like a snapshot in time, and like as immediate and not overthought as possible. And I think that kind of adds to like the urgency of the record. It's like it's
Mm-hmm.
not overthought. It's not like um it's not convoluted. It's very much like exactly what it is. It's like literally four dudes in a room just going for it like the entire time, and it doesn't let up, which is exactly
Yeah.
what we wanted. We wanted it to be oppressive, and we wanted it to be like in your face and aggressive, and I think it worked.
Oh,
We're
yeah,
all, we're
for
all
sure.
real angry dudes, so it kind of worked out really well. We're also really sarcastic, all four of us. So I think there's like an element of that in there too. You can tell like the song titles are definitely like a little bit tongue in cheek. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I did like that. I listened
yeah,
I listened to the album, I think it was like maybe 3 days ago, and I was like, I really like this. I think it's the song Reptile. There was a really sick bass riff in there. And I was
yeah,
like, oh, this is really good.
yeah. Thank you.
But I don't know, maybe it's a metal thing, but I think when you listen to heavier music and angry music, like it just makes you feel better. It's like you put all of your anger in the music and then you feel much.
Yeah, I mean, like I've been listening to the record a little bit. I mean, we have a record release show next week, and we're playing a couple songs that we haven't had a chance to play. And I still actually listen to the record, which I
Hmm.
never do. I usually takes me like 2 years to actually go back to listen to a record, and I put the record still, and I kind of get a sense of relief afterwards. I'm like, it's like, I've exercised the demons, kind of.
Yep.
So,
Perform your own.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's pretty nice actually. Still, it's a relieving feeling to hear it. I feel like I still am kind of getting a lot of the things that I was trying to get out listening to it. So I'm hoping that works for everybody else too.
Yeah.
People I played it for have definitely attached themselves to it a lot.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
yeah,
And like you said, I know there's a listening party happening soon and then a show later on this month. What can
yeah.
fans expect?
Well, I mean, I don't we're playing, we actually had a listening party last week. So that happened. But the show is actually next Friday, the 29th of August, with our really good friends Something Is Waiting,
Hmm.
and Death Pose and Bear and Air at Burlington, Chicago. Three really awesome bands that are all completely different. You got a noise rock band, you got a doom band, you got our weird band, and you got like a post hardcore kind of band.
Hmm.
All super unique Chicago bands, and we're gonna play our whole record. I don't know. See how it goes, Like we've
That's
been playing
awesome.
around Chicago a bunch, and we have a few other shows. I was hoping to have them able to be announced by now, but I'm unfortunately not able to yet.
Not yet.
But
How
hopefully,
did the listening party go though?
listening party was great. We actually ran it at Kite String Cantina here in Chicago, which is owned by Andrew from the Atlas Moth and his wife Renee. It
Okay.
was his birthday too, so that was pretty fun. They have great taquitos.
I
Uh,
love taquitos.
yeah, they're
I,
fantastic. If you ever get a chance to come to Chicago, you should definitely check it out. His wife is an incredible cook. So yeah, they have an awesome bar, and we hung out there and we played the record and hung out with everybody. It was a good time.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So I know there's the upcoming shows. I'm assuming there's going to be more coming.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we're trying to figure all that out now, like in this day and age with everything going on, once again, who fucking knows? Planning so far in advance, but we have
Yeah.
some things we're working on some things. Like I said, unfortunately I'm not in a position to be able to announce anything yet, but there's dates forthcoming for sure. And lots. We're trying to work. We really want to get this record out there to people. We feel really happy and confident and strong about it. So we'll be out there.
So I have to ask, will the shows reflect the intensity of the album?
I would hope so. I would really hope so. I mean, like I said, like all four of us are pretty much veterans of the scene at this point, which is so weird to say. It's kind of crazy to think that I've been playing like, heavy music for as long as I have, So
Hmm.
Gary is our drummer's in like 35 bands, I
Oh,
think.
wow.
Yeah, so like I hope that we're pretty good at this point. But yeah, I would think that we're pretty intense live. Yeah,
Well,
maybe.
then
Yeah,
definitely go
hopefully.
do that.
Yeah. Hopefully at this point we're pretty good. So
So what's the metal scene like in Chicago?
another scene here is like, I'll tell you, at one point, it's actually kind of something that I wish I once again I could talk about this. It's not quite there yet, but I'll be working on a project hopefully in the next year or so that will answer a lot of those questions. But the metal scene here has always been super strong, like
Hmm.
um, going back to even like the 80s, like Trouble and bands like that, Cyanide and stuff. And then like, yeah, I mean, Disturbed is from here if you really want to throw that out there or whatever. But
Yeah.
there's always been nothing but extreme music here has always been very, very, very vibrant, and you can any day of the week here, there's something happening. I feel as though since the pandemic, there's been a little bit of a lack of like there's been no lack of bands, but there's been a lack of a scene, and I think that like that's something that I've been a very big proponent of.
Hmm.
Trying to, well, I mean, to be honest with you, like even myself, who's always been a big part of the scene, with the pandemic and like right as we were coming out of the pandemic, Atlas Moth kind of took a hiatus, or right as we were going into it, we were taking a hiatus. So it was kind of like
Right.
there was some we pulled back, I pulled back. I didn't even know if I was gonna be play music anymore, and
Oh,
then
wow.
yeah, and then this band kind of came into my it fell into my lap like, to start it, and then Atlas Moth came back. So now it's all kind of back. It's all my entire career kind of came back after I thought it was all gone, which is a big theme of the record almost.
Yeah.
You know, uh, I thought it was all gone and now it's all back in full force. So there's a lot of rebuilding here. I still think that needs to get done, which actually, like I'm actually putting together, I'm actually helping put together a metal fest next year called Forever Death Fest that's been going on for a couple of years, but I'm helping kind of push it to another level as far as
Yeah.
like the level of bands that are playing. That's gonna be announced next month, though, which should be pretty cool. But the scene here has always been really strong, and I think that it just is gonna get stronger, hopefully, now that like, things are kind of hopefully, well, I mean, getting back to normal once again. What's normal anymore? But
Exactly.
like I'd like to think I can help at least. Who knows? I've always been a big fan of this city. I'm born and raised though. You know,
Oh, okay.
so like putting, I've basically since 2009, when we put up that first Atlas Moth record, I've been waving the fucking flag for this city, and pretty much every goddamn tour I've been on. you know,
Hmm.
from like touring with Coalesce and doing clubs to touring with Gojira and between the Barry to me and playing bigger venues. I've been nothing but representing Chicago, so I plan to continue to do that, right? Like putting the
Hmm.
city on the map forever in heavy music is a big deal to me, besides fucking Disturbed, like that band sucks.
You should be like a spokesperson for like the metal scene of
I
Chicago.
would like to be considering that fucking David Draymond is autographing bombs to drop on Gaza. Fuck that guy, so he can kiss my fucking ass. And he's from the South Side, so he's a Sox fan, so he can also doubly kiss my ass, but that's a whole other thing.
Well, awesome. Little shout out there.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Go Cubs.
Well, looking beyond this release, how do you see the band evolving, such as, playing live shows, but also have you thought
Yeah,
about like another album in the future, or is it just focusing on touring?
we're already working on a record. We've been working on a record. We actually finished this record. This record came back to us mastered last August.
Oh, wow.
So we've been sitting on this record forever. There was some label stuff went on. There was artwork stuff. All of a sudden, it's inconsequential to talk
Hmm.
about. It doesn't even matter because it doesn't. This is records coming out. It doesn't even. I don't even care about it. But we've already been working on a record. We are going to do
Yeah.
some touring. We're all guys that have been around for a minute, so like it's kind of we don't want. Here's one thing that people probably don't realize is that every single band that you love is one bad tour away from breaking up
Oh, no.
at all times, no matter what the fucking band is. I don't care who they are. One bad tour at all times away from breaking up. So I've learned that in my days. So as of right now, we are definitely looking to play around and play out, but we are making very calculated decisions on that. Uh,
Hmm.
so just simply for longevity, you know,
Yeah.
we all really love doing this band and we're having like the fucking most fun doing it. So we are right now working on another record already. And our goal right now is to write a record that's shorter than Rain and Blood. So
Yeah.
it's got to be 28:55. So that's our goal as of the other day. But other than that, yeah, we'll be touring all next year. And yeah, you know,
Awesome.
yeah, it should be good. I'm excited about it. I love this record so much. And I'm really excited to, get out there and play it for everybody.
For sure. Have you played any new songs off this album yet at
Oh
all?
yeah, we've been
Not
playing it
yet.
for a year and a half now almost.
So it's
Like,
not new anymore to you.
oh no, no, no. But like I said, there's two songs we haven't played, I think, off the record yet, so that we're playing them, next Friday. So that'll be exciting. We've been playing some covers here and there too,
Yeah.
just to just to do it. But we're gonna do some more covers too. We have some wacky things. We really want to just release as much music as we possibly can, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's really the gig. Like we really like how this band can like turn around music fast. Like we're really into that because our other bands just take so fucking long. And that's
So
fine.
this
Like
is
that's what those bands are for. Like they're
yeah.
for this is supposed to be the opposite. This is supposed to be like the punk rock about it, and like we all kind of come from a little bit of a background of like fast and loose and punk and hardcore. And this is our way to do that, just kind of have some fun and do some really aggressive, pissed off stuff. And what better time to be mad?
Exactly.
Like the world is in a place that there's no better time to be fucking pissed. So let's be pissed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when you play the songs that you haven't played yet, I think you said there are two tracks you haven't played. Do you get
Hmm.
like nervous? Do you get
Oh yeah.
excited?
Oh yeah. Well, one song which is great is that Anthony does most of the vocals on. So
Hmm.
that's great. So I get to sit back and kind of just play guitar. It's pretty awesome. I was really worried about it. Now I'm like, oh, this is easy. Never mind, we'll play this song every set.
Yeah.
The other song is actually I kind of like I hadn't written lyrics in like 6 years. And it's funny
Wow.
'cause, like well, so that's like kind of like that's saying it's kind of a lie. Like I literally am always writing lyrics. I literally have like a note in my phone that I'm constantly writing lyrics.
Hmm.
So, like and so typically with an Atlas Moth record, I'll be like, all right, cool. Like, and I start going through the lyrics I've been writing, and I kind of start putting stuff together, and then I start going with what I'm going through at the time, and I kind of start like adapting things, and seeing what hits me from what like lines I've written and kind of putting stuff together.
Mhm.
With
Awesome.
this record, I had, I think it was like 18 notes in my phone on an iPhone. It was insane.
Oh, okay. Well,
Like I had,
that's a few.
yeah, it was overwhelming, you know, and then I just kept writing because I was going through some like massive life shit at the time, you know,
Yeah,
some really, really heavy stuff when I was like literally boom, as I was about to finish, or I guess like even write most of the vocals and record them, I was going through some
yeah,
very, very tumultuous shit, real like life-changing stuff. So like
yeah.
it was really, really, really heavy and it comes across on the record. So um yeah, I mean, once again, I think I got away from the question there, but yeah, there was a lot of stuff there to really go through and process, I guess I could say. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, people say that some of the best music comes out of like when you're going through the worst times in your life.
100%. Yeah, it was one of the worst times of my life. So I think these lyrics are like my shining this moment. You know what I mean? Like, I actually almost want to like go back and try to get the lyrics like printed in the vinyl if I can, because like I really want people to be able to read them. I'm very proud of them. You
That
know?
would be cool.
Yeah.
And vinyls are big enough that you can just slap them right on there,
Yeah, I want them
on
like
CDs or cassettes.
yeah, like not pointy font, like let's go big, you know, like
Yes.
yeah. So,
That's something I do like about vinyls. They're massive.
yeah, absolutely. You can roll a joint on them really well too, you know.
Haven't done that, but
Give it
for
time.
anyone listening,
Yeah. Especially a gatefold because they open up, you know. So
free advice, free
yeah,
life advice.
right. I've been around the block.
So I do have one last question here for
Cool.
you.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you would like to say to the fans who have followed you from the very inception of the band? Anyone who wants to see you play live, or anyone who wants to take a listen to this album? Just kind of like any messages you'd like to give to them.
Well, I mean, so like this band is obviously new. This is brand new, you know, first record. But I know there's been a lot of people that have been following me for a long time through the Atlas Month and stuff. And
Yeah.
um this is definitely a different band. It's very different. And um I just think that I think that it's natural. I think that anyone that's been following me for as long as, I mean, like I said, it's been like 18 years since the first Atlas Month record. I think that this is like right in the canon. It's not an Atlas Moth record, but it's a it's there's Star Wars movies.
Mm-hmm.
There's like Rogue One. I'm not sure if you get that reference or not, but
Yes.
it's in the canon, right? You know, so I think this is Rogue One, right? You know, like it's a whole different band, but it's right here. It's a logical progression. It's like there's still a whole lot of my stamp all over it, you know? I mean, I wrote a lot of Atlas Moth, and that was a lot of my vision, and this is a lot of my vision too. So I think that anyone that liked my previous output, this is definitely a very if you could take Atlas Moth stuff and you fucking put down a microscope on it and you add some other really amazing elements with some really amazing musicians that like I trust just as much as I trust the other Atlas Moth, the guys in the Atlas Moth to create with. I think that this is like I'm really proud of this record. I'm really, really proud of this record, and I really love this band. And I plan on doing this. I don't. This is a band that I don't. I'm never gonna let break up. I'm never gonna let the Atlas Moth break up like I haven't. I'm never gonna let this band break up either because I love both of them. So
So there's like super glued, cemented. They're not going anywhere
I'm
ever.
not gonna let them leave. No, but it's like I won't let the Atlas Moth guys leave me. So yeah, they're forever. So as long as I'm around, this will probably be happening. So
Well, awesome. For anyone watching this interview, I'm going to put the links under the video so it makes it really easy for you guys to check out. Your pre-order in, get a copy of the album. I'll put in your previous fan as well if they want to check that out.
cool.
And it does release on the 12th. Do you feel safe is the name of the album.
Yes, it is.
So I want to thank you so much for taking your time for doing this interview with me.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
And we'll also give a shout out to your girlfriend because she's tech support and she's
Yeah,
going to
she
be
is
in an
Texas.
incoming video that should be.
Yeah, yeah, for reptile dysfunction. It should be out, I think, whatever the Friday is before the 12th.
Yeah, I don't have a
12
calendar.
minus 7.
I'll put it in the description. That way people can see it and it makes
I
it
think
really
it's
easy.
5. That sounds right.
That
Math.
sounds good to me. We'll go with
Yeah,
that.
I think it's September 5th. I think that video drops. So,
Well, awesome. It's been a pleasure talking to you, and I hope
yes,
you enjoy
thank
the
you.
rest of your day.
Yeah, you too.
All right, take care.
Bye.